Bob Schieffer with a brief war update. Baghdad Radio reports Foreign Minister Tariq Aziz will go to Moscow soon with a reply to the Soviet peace plan, which Iraq says has been studied by Saddam Hussein and the Revolutionary Council. Secretary of State Baker said only that Iraq's full compliance with all UN resolutions would end the war. And the United States has lost an OA-10 warplane over Kuwait. It happened last night.
Greater selection than any other furniture store. Actual markdowns up to 60% off. And you can buy now with no money down. It's the super sale at Value City Furniture. Decorator Craler sofas starting $277. Two-piece sectionals, your choice, $798. Four-piece bedroom starting $398. Nine-piece dining room only $777. Our stores are loaded with fantastic buyout. The super sale now at Value City Furniture.
The new essentials, tools of health and beauty, tools of house and home at extra low prices. You've got the power with Duracell, an extra low $1.89. Stay high and dry with Band, an extra low $1.49. Be fair to your hair with Salon Selectives, an extra low $1.97. The new essentials at Foodland.
Auto Show 91, Thursday night at 9 on KDKA TV2.
All right, guess who's here? You're going to love this one, and they'll answer anything at all. We are speaking of Julia Sugarberger. She's Dixie Carter from Designing Women. Diana Muldaur is here. You know her as Rosalind Chase in L.A. Law. Jacqueline Zeman from General Hospital. And Marcy Walker from Santa Barbara. Holy cow, even prettier in person. Holy cow, here we go. Well, Julia, ain't no man ever going to take advantage of you, honey.
Oh.
Julia Sugarberger,
Thank you.
Sugar
Good.
Baker, you know just about everything. You've had every move ever made, and you've deflected them all. And aren't you having a great time now in your role in one of the most popular programs on television, Designing Women? Not only that, you sing in cabarets.
Yes, I do.
I'm telling you, nobody's ever going to accuse you of being bored or not taking full advantage of life. This must be a wonderful experience for a hard-working actress.
Yes, it is. My hands are full. It's a good thing this happened to me now, all this commotion, because my little girls went away to college 3 years ago, and then Designing Women came in very strong, so it's been good for me to be real busy.
You've probably never been more recognized in your career as you are now. I mean,
Certainly not. No, nothing like this.
And it's nice.
Yes, my hands are full. It's a good thing this happened to me now, all this commotion, because my little girls went away to college 3 years ago, and then Designing Women came in very strong, so it's been good for me to be real busy.
You've probably never been more recognized in your career as you are now. I mean,
Certainly not. No, nothing like this.
And it's nice.
Yes, it is.
Yes. You know you're sitting next to a woman who sleeps with the senior partner.
Shameful.
Oh, I want you to know, Rosalind, you are the most scheming woman on television today.
But I love Leland.
So, it is worth it, is it? It is worth it?
It is love.
We should make the point that with us are two evening and two daytime stars, all of whom are hardly cookie bakers. I mean, it's been a while since you stayed home waiting for him to get home, wearing a peignoir and having a frosted beer mug in your hand when he walked in. You are a working woman, head operating room nurse, Bobby Spencer. What a nice place to be in your career right now.
Thank you, it is.
I mean, ain't nobody don't watch General Hospital. Huh?
We've done well.
Guess when she had her last baby? Real R-E-A-L baby.
4.5 months ago. Thank you, first of all, but I have to tell you, it's so exciting because, you know, it's my first baby, and And I obviously waited to get well into my 30s before, you know, having a baby. And it's just the best thing. And a lot of women had said to me, you know, you're going to have to really pay attention because it's hard to have the husband and the baby and the career. But if you get lucky and you got a great husband, and you got I guess you can slide by on reputation with the career, then the baby can become the priority for a while, and it's just fabulous.
and so you had an easy birth, and, you know, you'll have to bear up for all these...
1 hour. 1 hour of labor.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I was lucky.
I admire you.
I'll say. Gosh. Well, and I hope you lied down for the delivery, did you?
I walked around the whole time because I thought gravity, you know.
Yeah. And how long after the baby did you go back to work?
3 weeks later.
And are you nursing? Are you
Yeah, still nursing, and probably will up till, I think, till 6 months. Somewhere between 6 and 9 months.
Mm-hmm. Now, catch us up. This is not your first child?
No. I have 2 German Shepherds and a Gordon Setter, though, at home.
But it wasn't your first OB experience?
Well, no, well, in real
life?
In real life. Oh, yeah.
This was your first baby you ever had?
First baby.
Okay, well, my apologies to you.
I have 2 on TV. That might be what's confusing.
All right, well, I am confused. Yeah. So you weren't scared or anything? Did you go to the breathing classes and all this?
Well, a nurse came to my house because we don't finish shooting our show in time to go to those classes. They start at 7 o'clock at night. We usually finish later than that. But yeah, somebody came and practiced the breathing, and it was easy.
Well, you're sitting next to Marcy Walker. Incidentally, nobody here is either pregnant or had a baby within the last 3 months. Now, come on, folks. We're looking for something to talk about here. Marcy, aren't you a nice girl on Santa Barbara? I think your folks even like your husband now, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they had a bit of a problem with the fact that it was a sort of an ethnic relationship because he was Hispanic. The audience didn't seem to, though, so we just kept going, and it's been 6 years.
The audience liked the pairing.
Yes, very much.
You are a victimized person, or have been, on this series.
Very victimized.
Is that okay with you?
It's okay with me personally. I mean, Eden's kind of sick of it. That's why she's now got dual personalities.
And how proud you are of all the Emmys that you've won. Yes. You've won an Emmy, as well as the show and so many of its stars.
Yes, a lot. 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
We've only been on, yeah. Yeah. So amazing.
We should also let you know that Dixie Carter, one of the stars and partners, I think you're the senior partner of Designing Women. We've got a 2-partner type premises here in both Designing Women and L.A. Law. You also continue to work as quite literally a cabaret singer. You've worked the Carlisle Hotel in New York as well as other places. You like to sing, always
have? It's the Carlisle now. It's the only thing I have time to do. I'm happily so busy is the Carlisle in the month of April, and I'll be back in New York again this April, Cafe Carlisle.
Well,
so y'all come see me.
You know, Bill, my first professional acting job on television ever was with Dixie in a scene on Edge of Night.
Oh, yes.
I was an under 5, and I played an airline stewardess in a scene. It was a scene with you and Draper.
Do you remember that? Was live. It was right before we began to tape.
And it was with you. And yeah. So I'll never forget that.
My heart was going pitty-pat.
I want to show, as a matter of fact, they're writing into your script on Designing Women the opportunity for you to perform. Or
every now and then, yes. Yes, it comes up.
And in fact, now you've ordered gold lame trousers, what do you say, pants for women, and they come to the office, and everybody wants to know what in the world?
Oh, yeah.
This is the scene. You are planning to sing as well as be a partner. You haven't told your partners.
That's right.
And you're embarrassed when they open this package by mistake. Watch this from Designing Women.
Hey, Julia, look what you got in the mail.
I like it.
This question's for Marcy Walker. You recently had a baby, and I was wondering if it's difficult for you to be a working mother.
Actually, he's 2 years old. He just turned 2 last week. But yes, it is difficult. I think mostly dealing with the guilt that I feel for not being able to be there for him all the hours of the day. Because you think that if you could be there more, that you have more quality time, which now that he's 2, I'm realizing that that's not necessarily true, that at the time that I do spend with him, as long as it's special, the quality doesn't necessarily have to equal the quantity. And I think the hardest thing also was dealing with the fact that he's just fine sometimes when I'm not around. And I like to believe selfishly that he's not going to be okay if I'm not there all the time, but he's doing just great.
Have these feelings caught up with you yet, Jackie?
Well, you know, I am very fortunate. I think we all are, because even though we work long hours in the studio, Cassidy comes to work with me because I have a dressing room. It's not like I'm in an office, you know. So we have a crib set up and her changing table set up, and I get to be with her even on days when I am working. Now, we don't have any windows in our studio, so since she's so little now, she doesn't know that she's like down in the dungeon every day with no daylight. So when she gets a little older, like probably around 2 or a year and a half, I won't want to bring her every day because it's like living in the basement, you know. But right now, while I'm still nursing, it's worked out fabulously well. So I haven't felt those pangs of guilt yet.
Well, listen, nobody says you have to have them, you know. I mean, I don't know, too many fathers feel guilty, you know, going off to work.
Well, you know what it is? It's not that you feel that you have to have them, but I think you feel particularly, I mean, maybe if you have your babies when you're younger. My mother always said, have them when you're younger because you lose your patience when you get older. You know, I think that if you've done 15 or 20 years of a career and then you finally have the baby, you want to do the baby, you know. But because you spend so many years getting that career, you can't totally say forget the career because you won't be able to get it back if you...
Yeah, the last thing I want to do is get in a fight with your mom on TV, but I think older parents are better parents.
I agree. I agree.
And I say that as a person who had his first child when he was 12 years old.
I was just interested, Jackie, what is your taping schedule? Is it 9 to 5, 5 days a week, or how long are you, away at work, or as opposed to home? And how long it is for the baby to be with you as opposed to at home?
Well, actually, our schedule's pretty good. I get up at 5:30 in the morning, between 5:30 and 6, and we start late now. Our schedule has just recently changed on GH. We don't start till 9 in the morning, so it's great. So I get that couple hours with her in the morning. And then I go to work, and Katie, her nanny, brings her to the studio at 11 o'clock. So I don't have to give her a bath in the morning. She, that's done for me. So that saves me like a half hour. We get to play with Elmo. We've got a little Elmo in the crib. And then we finish shooting anywhere at night from like 6, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. And she's just with me, and when it's time for her to sleep, she sleeps. So it works out real well.
You know, Rosalind Shays wouldn't have a baby, would she?
She did. She had a daughter that she refused to talk to.
Oh, well, that's what I meant.
That's one way to handle it, isn't it?
Well,
don't bring her to work, don't do anything. Right. Grandchildren she never saw. She's terrific.
She's the woman, one syllable name begins with a capital B.
Yes,
this Rosalind Shays is something.
Well, she really is a wonderful person underneath it all. You have to, come on, she really is.
They say you have to believe that, right, when you play a part.
Absolutely.
You have to find something. What do you like about her?
It would be, it is a different challenge, both of them equally daunting, daytime and nighttime, but it is different, is it not?
It's different.
Yeah.
Daytime and nighttime, meaning the work.
The script, the material, the approach, all this. I don't know. Are there
the hours are horrendous. No
I think the soaps get away with more than some of your aggressive nighttime features can. I wonder.
Oh, you mean get away with?
Oh, I don't know. I think that the creative community, the people who watch over television material, feel that, think of the daytime audience as a predominantly female adult audience, whereas nighttime, you catch a lot of kids. And therefore, the censor may burn more brightly. I don't know. I'm asking.
I think daytime, because I did 6 months of it once when I did Secret Storm between plays in New York. It was, you become a member of everybody's family in America. Basically, you get birthday cards, you get Christmas cards. If you're sick on the show, you get well cards. You become a member of the family. Nighttime, you're not really a member of the family. They know you're not a member of the family. And especially our show, they're watching from bed. I mean,
Not your show in bed.
Right. So it's a whole different thing.
Yes, sir. Oh.
It's a whole different thing. Yes, sir. 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 Yes, sir.
Hi, Rosalind.
Hi.
I'm a favorite fan of L.A. Law, and I just want to make a comment. They said that you were probably a bitch, and I guess I would agree with that. And after the last show, which you probably were the bitch of all bitches, but the way it turned around, it was great.
Yeah,
and I like it.
Thank you.
It really was good.
Is this the one? I think I know about this. Yeah. Now, I'm going to set this up.
Okay.
You're sleeping with Leland.
Oh, yeah.
You've been fired from the firm.
Yeah.
Leland the firm is representing a guy who wants to take over a company. You're having dinner now with the guy who wants to be the takeover guy.
Right.
Do you want to stop him from taking over this company?
We definitely have to stop him from taking over,
Yes.
and it's in the best interest of Mackenzie Brackman.
Right. Now, when the gentleman in the back row said you set the all-time record for the BI,
Right.
you are at dinner with this guy, threatening him with what?
I am at dinner with this guy trying to take him to the cleaners and set him up. I'm setting up a sting, is what I'm doing. That I am participating in, but you don't know that at this point.
And he doesn't know you're sleeping with the partner.
He knows that he is a very good friend because I tell him he's a very good friend of mine, and that what I really want is something that he thinks is absolutely the opposite of what I do want.
I understand that entirely.
But isn't there a point to be made that if you were a man,
You'd be a clever businessman. True.
Terrific,
True.
and a real
Maybe.
deal
Yes.
doer.
But watch the wheels turn on this one. This is a wonderful performance. And, well, here you are, Rosalind.
This is me setting up a sting.
All right, watch this. Roll this tape.
Call me Roz.
I'll tell you what. There weren't too many girls like that in my high school, I'll tell you.
I have one more question for Diana Muldaur. We're big fans of the last show you were on, Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I think the character on there, Dr. Pulaski, was different. It could have been written for it was written for an actor. It could have been written for a man or a woman. Do you have...
They do that to older actresses occasionally.
Is that the only reason? Do you think the roles are getting better for women in general?
Roles are definitely getting better for older ladies. I don't know about young ones because I'm not young, but they didn't exist over 40. You disappeared, and then you came back 20 years later with white hair, and you played white-haired old ladies. But menopause, for instance, was non-existent. No one that was going through it was allowed to work. You know, you were put away during that period of time, whether you were an American housewife or somebody on television.
Thank God,
you know.
I can't imagine.
That's just changing totally.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Marcy leans forward to say, boy, I'm glad I wasn't there then.
Well, just I can't imagine the brilliance that we would have missed out on
Already
these days
have.
if we wouldn't
Wasted.
have great roles.
Well, it used to be over 25 you were washed up. Remember in there's the movies when they had the movie studios, if you were over 25, you were old.
Yeah. Well, you might wonder about that today, too. I mean, the roles for women over 30 or 40 certainly don't jump out of a cake. I
You
mean,
get to play somebody's mother, yeah, once you're over
yes.
30.
You don't get to jump out of a cake, that's for sure.
To jump out of a cake, nobody wants to.
Well, unless it's a very small town and a very old VFW hall. You know, yes.
I have a question for Rosalind. I watch L.A. Law, and sitting here, I don't like you as a person. Has that affected your life?
Has it
Is that
affected
what you run into when you travel and so on?
Sure, absolutely. No question. Because you can't trust me. I know.
Well, a sign of a star who does her work so well. Those of you in our audience probably already know that Dixie Carter is married to Hal Holbrook. We should say that, boy, you're both working, and isn't it neat?
On the same night. We're in shows on the same night. The odds against that happening would be
Evening
amazing.
Shade is the show in which your husband
Evening
starred.
Shade, Monday nights, and I'm on Monday nights a little bit later.
Nice. So I
interesting.
guess we know where to find you two on Monday nights.
Do you
or I
watch
hope
your
so.
shows? Do you watch the air shows?
Yes, I do. Yeah. If I dread one, I won't watch it. But we like our shows. We enjoy them. We all watch them.
Huh. And does will his commitment to Evening Shade permit him to continue to do this brilliant stage work, Mark Twain and others that he...
He just did Lear, the Roundabout Theater in New York, all fall. He has a very interesting arrangement with the producers of Evening Shade that give him A lot of mobility there.
Uh-huh. Now, when he, do you have a Tennessee home?
Yes, we do. I was born in the house, as were my sister and brother, and my father and his sister and brother. We go back there a lot.
Wow. With with a front porch and a rocker and all this?
Porch all around. Lots of rocking.
Huh. The name of this town is?
Macklemooresville, Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
Population 311, Phil.
Yeah. Boy, isn't that going back in time, and don't you love it to get out of here, huh?
I sure do.
Which I assume you both arrange your schedule, you're allowed to do together.
When we can.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Dixie Carter is her husband as cool in real life as he is on TV?
Well, let me answer your question. I'll be happy to, sir. Is he you think Hal Holbrook is cool?
He's cool.
Yeah, he is cool.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think he is, too.
He's not a frenetic, doesn't get nervous, knows who he is, etc. I don't know.
He has spells, his spells, but I always thought before I met Hal that he would be a kind, decent man. And he is indeed that kind and that decent and more. You would love him if you met him. You're right. You would love him.
We believe you. We believe you. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Did you ever touch someone's hands that felt so rough and dry you didn't want to touch them again? I have. And sometimes that someone was me. When my hands feel like they need a few get-well cards, I get them well with 2 of these. It's more than just an ordinary lotion. It's Vaseline Intensive Care Lotion. Its unique therapeutic formula begins to relieve and heal my dry skin instantly. Yes, instantly. And that's a relief. Feel your hands. How do they feel to you?
Vaseline Intensive Care Lotion. Healing you can feel instantly.
Square root of 361.
19.
14th president?
Franklin Pierce.
What color is milk?
Milk is gray.
The school psychologist thought he was colorblind, but then realized the problem was at home.
It's these dull gray glasses he's used to. You need Jet Dry Ultra with Film Fighter Plus. It removes the dull film that builds up on dishes. So they're ultra shiny, ultra clear.
Jet Dry Ultra. Ultra shiny, ultra clear.
You're living right, you're thinking light. Go fish! Yeah, you're keeping fit, that's it. Go fish! Long as you keep trying, you're gonna get your wish. Go fish!
Now, Long John Silver's has a lighter way to go. Our tender-baked white fish. So get ready, get set.
Go fish! Long John Silver's.
Right now, try our new baked fish light portions, just $2.99.
Yes.
Okay, I know Dixie is involved in cabarets, but do each of you other women have any outside interest in film or plays?
Well, we certainly know about Dixie. She's working as a singer in some of the best spots, including the Carlisles we mentioned in New York. Yeah, plays, stage. I mean, well, I don't know what other things this
Play
kind of
stage,
work.
I started out stage. I mean, my love was the theater. I didn't even know what a film looked like, and off-Broadway and Broadway and stock and
Are you able to do anything like that
film
now?
I then got into, and then television. I haven't had a chance, no. I would love it. I dream of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to find the time to do something, you know, when you're so busy working. The last play I did was when Glenn and I were getting married, and you know, my co-star in the play had a buyout. It was an equity waiver. It was a 99-seat theater here in town, but bought out the theater so that I could have my wedding night off, and I could have a glass of champagne at our wedding, and didn't have to go to work that night. It was on a Sunday.
It's very difficult. The hours are real tough.
You can do it, but you've got to really want to, and you give up your sleep, you know.
All right, first, I'm your biggest fan. And secondly, these are all beautiful, intelligent women, and I have a question for each of them, practically. My mother wanted to know, Dixie, if there's a problem with you in real life, actually, with Delta Burke or the writers, or there's some sort of feud going on. Secondly...
Well, wait a minute.
No, okay.
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah.
we're doing really good shows this year, and our ratings are really good. And are you her mother? Are you the one who wants... We're not talking about that anymore. You can understand that, I'm sure.
Also, Diana Muldaur, I think your character is just a wonderful role model for women in a sense that you're very strong, very intelligent, you're outspoken, articulate. There's a lot of positives to it. I don't think it's all negative, but my sister wanted to know.
I can hardly wait to find out how big your family is.
Are you going to be in shown more, I guess, at the law firm now that you're gone? I mean, are we going to see more of you?
Well, see, we can't talk about those things. Because because we get into a situation that's ongoing, we can't let the story lines get out, because then it wouldn't be fun for you.
No, but it's certainly true that we're not going to find you coughing in any of these scripts. I mean, you're here to stay, and you'd rather not say in what capacity.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question personally?
Sure.
What kind of personal sacrifices have you had to make to further your career? I guess any of you, addressed to any of you.
Want to talk about that, Jackie?
Personal sacrifices? I don't know, because I always believe that what happens is, and it turns out what's meant to be is, and it's, you know, for the best. But I guess, you know, I waited a long time. I mean, Glenn and I have only been married 3 years, and I waited a long time to have that and have my baby and do this part of my life. So I don't know that you'd call that a sacrifice, but I definitely did spend all of my 20s really working. I mean, working all the time, 7 days a week, 12, 14
How about a social life?
Very little. You know,
I'd
really
I'd say it's non-existent.
You'd have to meet him coming down the ramp off the freeway on the way home from the studio at 11 o'clock at night, you know? And people would say, oh, it's so glamorous. But, you know, and I guess, you know, it is. I mean, obviously, we love what we do or we wouldn't do it. But it's work.
Has your role grown any since the... Did you say you were there 6 years? I mean, has your role expanded?
Yes. 13 years. 13 years.
13 years?
Yeah, as Bobby. And it's been great for me. It's been a wonderful thing.
Really, all the questions you have? That's all right. We're glad that you appreciate your enthusiasm. Hi.
Yes, hi. My question is for Ms. Muldaur. I'm a Star Trek fan, and I've always wondered if it's difficult for you to go and to act in a fantasy world and then turn off the switch and come home and then be involved in the real world.
Burnt toast.
I tell you, the only time it's difficult is, for me, is when it's really deeply sad. I get deeply sad, and it's very hard to come out of it. I did a picture that Tom Tryon wrote and produced called The Other, and I played a demented mother with horrible things happening around me, and I was a mess. I mean, it really was hard to come out of that every day. And it was a character role, too, so I was playing very, very... it got me down. But normally, no. Normally, it's you've got to have that or you'd be dead or in an institution, which some actors end up in. I mean, that's no question. You have to be very careful.
Marcy, are you, I assume, when you work a soap, you have an agent which continues to review scripts on your behalf for big features and things, so?
Yeah, I mean, the hours that we put in are very difficult, so...
Well, but isn't it conceivable? Well, but if you got a big picture deal, you certainly... Are you married to... You couldn't do it?
It depends upon your individual contract. A lot of people who've been doing soap, say, as long as Jackie and I have been doing it, have incredible contracts where we have wonderful outs to be able to go and do things.
Mm-hmm.
I've created a relationship with all kinds of people, say, in the past year for development deals and things that are going on that's very interesting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to realize that you're dedicated to this medium that requires a lot of your time. So you've got to give them enough time and notice before you go flying off to do another project. I got offered a very big feature the end of last year. I couldn't do it because it would have been inappropriate and irresponsible to my producers to have gone and done it. So you have to, it's like you're playing both sides of the fence. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Because it's a continuing drama. It's day by day.
But you would have legally been able to do it?
Excuse me?
You would have legally been able to take the picture?
I would maybe legally. It was a very small loophole.
Really?
But it would have been unfair of me to have done it.
Well, we're very impressed with your conscience. We could use more of it everywhere, not only here.
It's a great place to work. The people, our audience is so dedicated. But they will follow you anywhere.
Yes.
And
but wouldn't you like to be Julia Roberts?
I would not like to be Julia Roberts. I'd like to be Marcy Walker.
I
think she's pretty.
This is for Dixie Carter. Have you seen great changes for women, working women in the business as long as you've been in it? Have there been big changes?
I'm not aware of great changes for women. I suppose Diana's remarks earlier are quite apt. And I suppose that there are more roles for women now. I'm told that there are.
So, translated, old mellifluous Tennessee kid, you're disappointed that the changes aren't as
No, I'm not disappointed at all in anything, but I was never aware that there were not enough roles for women. I think it's wonderful that I happen to be in a show that somebody decided to put on with only women, that it wasn't considered necessary to have a male star to get the ratings. That's pretty terrific.
Sure. Well, there's a real good reason, and you're just one of them. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Outrageous.
Get conservative. Have you got your pearls on?
Yeah, gotta look good.
Bad. Fresh. Younger. Older.
She showed me a gazillion different frames.
Have you got your pearls on? Those are definitely pearls. Definitely pearls.
Bought one pair with a coupon and they gave me a second pair.
Promised they'd be perfect. Guaranteed it. Why just wear glasses when you can put on pearls?
I mean, I gotta look good.
Pearl and Pearl Vision Express for glasses in 1 hour. Call 1-800-YES-EYES for locations.
Control. I strive for it. My cat achieves it. He has amazing control, and he also has an amazing cat litter. Control cat litter. This ammonia-sensitive paper shows how the leading litter lets ammonia odor build until it's out of control. But control keeps ammonia under control. Control cat litter. Because cats have amazing control. And now, so do you.
That day, Emily and I jaunted toward Mr. Thomas's bake shop. But to our dismay, our friend went off with his muffins to America.
Thomas's English muffins. England's breakfast tradition in America's hands.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Mom. What's up?
I'll just fix some dinner.
Oh, yeah?
Nothing special. The chicken and stuffing that you like.
Buttery bread stuffing?
Yeah, and the applesauce cake with the caramel cream sauce.
Well, I was just whipping some up myself.
Oh, well then I better let you go.
Bye.
Around here, the best home cooking all seems to share one special ingredient, Giant Eagle.
So is he coming?
Oh, yeah.
The world can change after 6 o'clock. That's why we've developed a brand new broadcast. Join me for Eyewitness News at 7:30, a unique 30-minute newscast to examine the day's biggest story, check the local headlines, and a quick look at the weather. Weeknights at 7:30 on KDKA TV2.
Travel to Los Angeles arranged through Continental. Whether you're taking off for a family vacation or a romantic getaway, come fly with Continental for a great winter vacation.
General Hospital dealt with a not-so-funny issue of parents who adopt kids and then have to give the baby back. Really does happen if everything isn't signed, and, you know, it's a very complicated legal problem. And sure enough, Nurse Bobby Spencer, the head of OR, adopted a baby, had to give the baby back. I think you were on temporary leave from the hospital?
Yeah, temporary leave.
And now here's a scene where they're trying to get you back. Did your husband leave you because of this?
My husband left me because he felt betrayed, that I didn't tell him the truth. I found out after I adopted this baby, just quickly, adopted this baby not through legal adoption, but through where you pay an attorney to set it up. Had the baby for 1.5 years, and they found out that the woman that had the baby, the natural birth mother, didn't really sign off, was told that the baby died. The baby didn't die. I ended up with the baby. I found out she was really the mother. I was afraid to tell her because after 1.5 years, I didn't want to give him up.
Wow.
So that's what happened.
And here is the hospital now trying to encourage the head nurse from OR to come back. She's in the middle of it here, General Hospital.
What about you?
You're going to go back. Now, I don't know where you are in the story. Are you going to go back and see this baby?
She left town. We had a big fight, and then she left town. She took him. She just took him and left. And I'll never see him again. And I don't know where he went. My husband left me, and he took the other kid. So now I'm a career woman again.
Sounds like a soap opera.
I have a question for you. I know a lot of female actresses in film are complaining about their salaries being much under their male counterparts. And do you have that problem in TV, and what's being done about it if you do?
Nothing. And yes, we do.
You know, it is instructive as you look at, for example, Cheers. Having featured two very leading, talented leading women. And the question then is, we can apparently replace Diane. Could we have replaced Sam? And it has more to do, I think, with the perception or the feelings on the part of the audience than about anything else. Do we live in a nation which finds blondes, Suzanne Summers, replaceable, but not their male counterparts? I'm asking.
There's no question it's the producers. I don't think it's America. It's the producers are men. And the women coming in that are producing are tough ladies, a lot of them. Some of them have been able to retain their femininity, which, of course, we all have to do if that's what we are. And that's something everyone has to learn, is you can be a woman and you can still do your job as well as anybody. And that's what America has to know. We can be women and be wonderful at whatever we do. There's just no question that we don't
have any doubt that, for example, Danson could leave Cheers and that they would not have had any difference in the ratings any more than they had.
I don't think it would have meant any more than one of the ladies leaving.
Yeah, I agree with that. However, don't you feel that if he had said he wanted to leave, they would figure the whole show was sacked?
Yes. Oh, yes. Right? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's no question.
Whereas you don't believe their prediction is correct.
Because they wouldn't put it on the air if it weren't for him. I mean, if he weren't in it.
You do or don't?
I don't believe it. I believe that if Danzig was replaced, the show would collapse. I think he's a very important part of that show.
But so are the ladies.
Yeah, but
so are the ladies.
That's true. But they got the right woman to replace her.
Now, let's understand this. We're not talking about the relative merits of the talents of these characters. It's about gender. Right. So if Ritter left Three's Company, would it have collapsed? Because it didn't when Suzanne went left under very rancorous, complicated circumstances. I don't know. I think
wouldn't it be a question of who they replaced him with? The replacement value?
So that the male is replaceable.
Yes.
So is Danson then?
Well, there are very few Dansons, in my opinion.
We agree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not what we're...
Well, I'm glad we solved that. Yes, ma'am.
Dixie, now that your husband has his own show, will he appear on your show anymore as your love interest?
I don't believe so. I think we're talking about whether he's even still alive or not.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Isn't that awful?
I wanted to make a point that they just killed off a blonde gentleman.
What happened to him?
They just killed off a blonde gentleman in the place of a blonde woman on 30-something last night. And I also wanted to know if any of you ladies are interested or are involved in helping women advance in the workplace at all outside of your acting careers.
Advance what?
In the workplace?
Advancing.
Helping other women get ahead. You know, move up. I mean, politically speaking. I'll give you a chance. I'll need a couple of minutes to figure out whether or not we just find another gray-head male in here with a blue suit. What's going to be the difference? We'll be back in just a moment.
Today, there's important news on women's health. A woman's body can go through a lot. Any gynecologist will tell you. Becoming a woman, childbirth, vaginal yeast infections. It's important that now most women can cure their own recurrent vaginal yeast infections. Gynolotremin, prescribed millions of times by gynecologists, has just become available without a prescription, full strength, so women can immediately begin their cure. Only Gynolotremin brings early treatment, early cure. Gynolotremin.
just one box. Don't reach for the bleach. Grab a box of the odds.
Oxidol has a powerful green bleaching system that gets socks this dirty brilliantly white and still loves colors.
Don't reach for the bleach. Grab a box of the odds. Oxidol.
Now more than ever, Shop and Save's weekly specials save you lots of money. For example, get a Tracer cartridge 5-count or a single-pack Tracer razor $2.49. Sugardale Conies, 99 cents a pound for regular or bun full. Take home delicious Armour Star sliced bacon, $1.69 a pound. Buy one package of Hormel Little Sizzlers, Links, or Patties, get the second one free. Remember, you still get double coupons.
Shop for the difference at Shop and Save.
Now you can eat cake.
Maybe you can.
No, you can eat this luscious cherry-filled coffee cake.
I don't think so.
But you can. These new Entenmann's cakes have no fat and no cholesterol. Just quality ingredients like Dole pineapple, Chiquita bananas, even Dutch cocoa.
You're really serious.
Ingredients we've used for over 90 years. Entenmann's, baking the best every day since 1898.
Raspberry twist.
You can eat cake.
Oh, yeah.
Here's an eye-opener from your Hyundai dealer. When you've got a good thing going, you don't change it, right? The Hyundai Excel is such a great value. It's been the best-selling import car over the past 5 years. But we just can't leave good enough alone. Now, with more standard equipment than ever, fuel-injected power, and sleek aerodynamics. Introducing the new 1991 Excel. At this new low price, we've made a good thing a whole lot better. Test drive the new fuel-injected 91 Excel at your nearest Hyundai dealer today.
Hi, and welcome back to Donahue. This question is directed toward Dixie. First of all, I'd just like to say I think Designing Women is brilliant, and your character is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was just wondering if you had any problems being stereotyped with your Southern accent. You know, with scripts and that sort of thing.
I think I do. It's the only part anybody ever sees me doing. Now, I don't have to have it to act, but those are the only scripts I get, Southern parts, pretty much. That'll change, though.
One more to Dixie. I was wondering if Linda Bloodworth Thomason is still writing most of the scripts this year like she has in the past?
She's writing Evening Shade now. So a wonderful writer named Pam Norris is writing Designing Women now.
Yes.
You are each attractive ladies, and you're all working actresses, gainfully employed, which is no small feat among the acting profession. It is said that in Hollywood that an actor can be talented and ambitious, and he can be less than attractive and still find work. But that is not the case for women, that a woman has to have the looks or be physically attractive. I would like to poll the ladies to see if that is your opinion as well, and if so, how much that has played a part in your career or search for women.
It's very interesting. I mean, I think you benefit both ways, but I have definitely gone on auditions where I've been told I'm not pretty enough, and I've been told that I'm too pretty. So it's each specific person's vision of what they see as the person who's cast in the role. I mean, my own experience, I haven't felt like I've been stepped on in that way.
Yeah, I don't feel either. My first audition that I ever had, my first job, I was the Jergens soap girl for a year in a bathtub. And I had to go up for this commercial, and I mean, I never thought I was pretty at all. Reasonably attractive is what I thought I was as a young girl. And, well, you know, you come here to Hollywood and they know how to do your hair and they know how to do your makeup and you get fixed up and you exercise. And, you know, we all probably look a lot better now sitting up here than we looked when we first started out and didn't know what to do with ourselves. Or at least I should speak for myself. I do. But anyway, I remember walking in for this audition and there were all these gorgeous models. I mean, cheekbones and legs and da-da-da-da. And I thought, what am I doing in this room with all these? I was embarrassed. And in those days, they didn't put you on film or tape. They used to have like 25 men all sitting at a long table, all men, no women. And they would just like sit there like this and listen to you, like do the audition. You had to memorize the copy. And I remember being so embarrassed. But the end of the story is I got the job. So they didn't pick any of those gorgeous, beautiful looking models. They wanted somebody, I guess, who had my personality. So I think it does, like as Marcy said, it depends on the job. It depends on what they're looking for.
It's up to you if you want to get in this.
Yeah.
I find that it's kept me employed most of my life, being attractive. And I've often thought, why can't I do this or that or the other thing, which I might enjoy doing more? where women, maybe not quite as attractive, are doing those things. So it's just that it has a lot to do with the producer wanting to take you to bed or not. It doesn't mean you have to go to bed with your producer, but he has to have wanted maybe to have thought about it. And it can help. Let me tell you, it can help. But it helps in the supermarket line, you know, and you find when you reach a certain age, no one thinks of you that way anymore, and it's devastating. You say, well, now, wait a minute, you know, just 5 years ago.
You while you're sitting in a wheelchair.
Right? So it changes as you get a little older, too. Believe me, it changes, but...
Yes, Dixie?
I think we all want to try to look as attractive as we can, and nowadays we're getting sensible enough to understand that that pretty much means healthy, and that all of us have a good shot at looking pretty good if we're looking real healthy. But I think that in defense of the producers, I think all the ladies have agreed that ultimately it's talent or working on your craft so that you can do it better. And I think a little common sense is required. It isn't just a matter of being pretty, but if a woman, for example, if I were not willing to play my age, if I were not willing to play a woman who is maybe not a Suzanne Summers character, I wouldn't be working. If I wanted to be the soubrette, even though I think I'm a fairly good-looking woman, I wouldn't be able to get those jobs. So we have to acclimate ourselves to what we have to bring to the role, to have some sense about it, you know.
Very thoughtful commentary from all of our guests, and we'll be back in a moment.
This isn't one of those perfect little houses where father knows best and nothing ever breaks.
Uh-oh.
That's why I need Guardian service. With Guardian, if something goes wrong with my phone service, there's no extra charge for the service call, and they'll lend me a phone to use till I can get ours fixed.
Protect the telephone service in your home. Call now for Bell Atlantic Guardian service and save the application fee. For just $2 a month, Guardian gives you service calls, wiring and jack repairs for most problems, and a loaner phone you can use for up to 60 days.
The same wire and jack coverage as our basic wire plan, and more.
It's easier for me to pay $2 a month and know I won't be surprised by a big repair bill. I've got enough surprises in my life.
What a shame. Plan ahead with Guardian, the best protection we offer.
For $2 a month, it'd be a shame not to get it.
Call now for Guardian service and save the application fee. Hurry, offer ends April 7th.
I got mad at Marvin, so I grabbed his favorite shirt and less toil to clean the greasiest spots in the house. His grimy fingerprints, grease under the refrigerator. Ha! Then I felt guilty. Would less toil even clean the shirt to clean the house? Whew. You'll never know.
Honey, I'm glad you never hold a grudge.
Less toil cleans the shirt that cleans the house.
War in the Persian Gulf. Know what's happening as it happens. KDKA Radio 1020. The latest news from the Middle East, 24 hours a day.
Here's a great dessert idea. Make some waffles and top them with ice cream. This week at Shop and Save, buy 1/2 gallon of Hagen Ice Cream Premium Rounds, get the second one free. Take home 2 7-ounce banquet pot pies for 99 cents. Ajax detergent powder, now just $3.99 for the 112-ounce package. Also save on Final Touch, $2.99 for the 96-ounce bottle, and get double coupons.
Shop for the difference at Shop and Save.
I want to show you Marcy at work here in Santa Barbara. You're an investigative reporter for a television station.
Right,
Don't forget it.
right. Sometimes.
And you are, again, not so funny, interviewing a woman who was a rape victim. So I assume this is the whole issue of identity and getting raped twice and all that, and whether you should go public. Am I correct?
Well, yes, my particular character was also a rape victim, and to be put in this position is very difficult.
And here you are at work at Santa Barbara. Watch this.
Anyway, good day.
Well done, Marcy. Almost out of time here.
Yes, Marcy, I just wanted to know if you are planning anything in the future, any movies or anything.
I have a lot of things in the works. I've been approached about a lot of different things. Our ex-executive producer, Jill Phelps, who was brilliant on Santa Barbara and who was responsible for a lot of our Emmys, I have a relationship with her, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Thanks.
Yeah, I was wondering if any of you ladies, as beautiful as you are in front of the camera, have any aspirations of behind the camera and producing or directing?
Yeah. I'm going to become a decorator if I ever can't get an acting job.
Yeah. My question is towards Jackie. We're nurses, and nurses have given a bad role sort of on some of the television shows, some of the movies, and I was wondering if you have any comments towards that.
We try. We do our best. You know, sometimes it's difficult because we have limited time, but we do have a professional nurse on staff that is always on our show. We try to get it as close as we can to the real thing.
And we'll be back in a moment.
Annie, they said people who eat popcorn picked Pop Secret Light as the best tasting light popcorn. Annie, they said, this is good news. I said, this is good popcorn.
Pop Secret Light. Perfect popcorn is our passion.
Wait up! Spreadery cheese snack from Kraft.
Lay it on me.
It's got everyone talking.
You're all covered.
It's so smooth.
I'm next.
So spreadable.
We're all in one piece.
It won't crack your cracker.
Greater selection than any other furniture store. Actual markdowns up to 60% off. And you can buy now with no money down. It's the super sale at Value City Furniture. Decorator Crailer sofas starting $277. Two-piece sectionals, your choice, $798. Four-piece bedroom starting $398. Nine-piece dining room only $777. Our stores are loaded with fantastic buyout. The super sale now at Value City Furniture.
Okay, newspapers on top, cans on the bottom.
You bet you, Mom.
Remember when we just threw it all away and figured there was some big hole where the trash would disappear? Well, it hasn't. But take a look at this new Donahue refill. I just pour it in, add water, and only throw away this. The refill costs less, too, for all that softness. But the best part is, I'm helping to make the future a little better for my kids.
New Downy Refill in April Fresh and Sunrinse Fresh. Less money, less waste.
For a transcript of today's show, send $3 to Donahue Transcripts, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 1007, or call 212-227-READ.
Dixie Carter has a CD. Should we be surprised? Live at the Carlisle. Here is Dixie at work in her other life.
Marcy, if after being a working mother, if it was hard to get back into shape after having your baby?
For me, it was very difficult because I had like sort of mild toxemia. I gained 58 pounds, and it's taken me almost the entire 2 years to get it off.
Over here, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
It just did.
I would like to know, on Marcy, where you went on All My Children.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the following. Enter a world of good taste. Visit your local Broyhill Showcase Gallery.
Broyhill brings the good life home to you.
Now you can make wrinkles and puffiness seem to disappear with sudden change. In just minutes, see the years smoothed away. Sudden change. You look years younger in minutes.
While in Los Angeles, the Donahue staff and guests stay at the legendary Beverly Hills, the only hotel after which a city was named. Limousines for Donahue show guests furnished by Music Express Limousine Service, New York and Los Angeles.